Actually, we have no information. We know that they're being detained in Iran, okay? Beyond that, we haven't heard anything from them. We're asking for consular access, which will give the Swiss access to them to go in and see them, make sure they're okay, and hopefully we'll get a phone call at that point.
Right. Alex, we should point out that there is no direct communication between the United States government, the State Department, and authorities in Iran. It's all being done through the Swiss embassy in the same way that communications for Yoona Lee and Laura Ling were done through the Swedish embassy in Pyongyang in North Korea. But you, as Nora said, have appealed for consular access, allow someone from the Swiss embassy to go see them there. The Swedes were allowed to see the two women who were held in North Korea. Have you heard anything about that? Has Iran in any way communicated that it would be favorably disposed to such a visit?
Well, under the Vienna Conventions, timely access is what's stipulated, and we imagine that that's coming very soon. But as we wait, it's just very difficult. You know, 1 month, you know, each day feels like a month. It's a long time. You know, each hour, each day, to not know under what conditions Josh, Shane, and Sarah are being held, if they're doing okay. So we're very hopeful that we will get consular access. We would just like it to be soon.
Right. Nora, a question that many people have when they talk about this particular incident is what the three of them were doing hiking in that area. It's a region that has been beset with war since 2003. There were always, you know, tensions across that border between Iraq and Iran. It's not the sort of place that people would automatically think if you wanted to go for a hike, if you wanted to go sightseeing, that's where you would go to. So what were they doing there?
Well, you know, Sarah and Shane live in Damascus. They've lived there for a year. And Sarah had a break from her teaching job in Damascus. And even though it may seem here like it's not the most normal place to go, in the Middle East it is a very normal place to go. Mm-hmm. If you lived in Damascus, it would be a place you would want to go for a vacation. It's a beautiful place, and Damascus is really hot this time of year. Mm-hmm. So, and they're all hikers, they all love being outdoors. So, you know, Sarah had a week off. It's kind of normal.
Shane Bauer, one of the three who's been taken into detention by Iranian authorities, had reported some stories for New American Media. Are you confident that this was just a sightseeing trip and that he wasn't out there on some sort of reporting mission?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shane was not on assignment. He had no intention of going to Iran. He would never go to Iran. You know, he's not interested in reporting on Iran. Mm-hmm. You know, wherever he goes, since he is a journalist, he'll have a camera, and if there's a picture to take, he'll take it. You know, but that was not what the trip was about. The trip was strictly a vacation, some time off.
We mentioned the case of Yoona Lee and Laura Ling in North Korea. Has the way that their case progressed given you any sort of indication or hope for how things might go here?
Well, it does make us hopeful, of course, and part of what they did, we're using as guidelines. You know, like bringing it out to the media, of course, mm-hmm. and you know, garnering as much public support as we can to keep it in everyone's hearts. That's our purpose.
Right. And Alex, you know, Laura and Yoona had a very powerful advocate in former Vice President Al Gore. They worked for his current television network. The former Vice President, of course, still very close with former President Clinton, who went to North Korea and picked them up. Do you have a similar figure fighting for the release of Sarah, Josh, and Shane?
Well, there are a lot of people who are advocating for Sarah, Josh, and Shane, whether that's members of Congress or other individuals. And most importantly, like in the case of Laura and Yoona, there's the State Department, which is really doing everything it can and acting with great mm-hmm. professionalism. So we're hopeful that the result will be the same, and hopefully the time period will be much shorter.